Greetings, soccer citizens. What is up? Danny Brams here on Soccer City, another edition. Welcome in. So glad to have you. It is a bye week for Charlotte FC. It's an international window. MLS is not playing, but there's still plenty of soccer going on in Charlotte, and that's part of why this is such a soccer city. The Charlotte Independents are off to a start of their season. They're playing this weekend, Friday night, 7:30 against Spokane, I believe. They're undefeated, like I said, only 2 matches in, but that's a game to keep your eyes on. And then of course, the Carolina Ascent are back home at American Legion Memorial Stadium. I think I said that right. On Saturday night at 7 o'clock. And we can't wait to see where they go because if you look at it, sorry, I brought the wrong graphic up there. If you look at it, they're playing Fort Lauderdale United down there near the bottom of the table. And Carolina Ascent have climbed to third since we last checked in and saw some of their visit Soccer City. We talked to Coach Philip Pulaneva-Cook a couple weeks ago, and since then, you'll notice 3 wins in a row, part of a 4-match winning streak for the Ascent, doing it real nice. 7 matches left in the season, trying to make a statement, trying to improve on a great first season last year, and part of the reason they're able to do it recently is the play of this young woman, Tyler Lussi. Team No Sleeves FC, absolutely balling. She's got goals in 2 of her last 3 matches. That one was a laser on the wing. She's also pretty good in the air, as you see there, with a nice header. Welcome to Soccer City, Tyler Lussi. It is damn glad to have you, and you're balling. Thank you so much for your time, and congratulations on your recent success.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here and chat with you today.
Yeah, well, we love all soccer all over this whole region in Carolina. We've covered all the teams. We focus on Charlotte FC, but we love the Ascent. Like I said, we had a couple of your coach and your teammate were on last week. And you're pretty new to the Ascent, so I'm really looking forward to getting to know you a little better, maybe learn a bit about what brought you here. But first, let's talk about the play, because it's been pretty nice. You are red hot, and talk about some of these goals we've seen, because I was at this match here against Tampa Bay, and watching this play develop, a nice team goal. Actually, there was some good passing that set this up, but you came flying down that wing and then just decided to fire. What's this all about, Tyler? It looks pretty nice, I got to say.
Yeah, it was obviously a great team win. That's exactly what we needed right at home, right at American Legion Memorial Stadium. The fans were loud, were cheering the whole time, so that was really fun. I think this play, obviously,
there they are. There's those fans, yeah.
It was a great play from me, a great ball, just get it out wide to me. Obviously took on my opponent, faked one way, took it the other way, and just struck it pure and hit the back of the net.
Yeah. And you had her on skates, Tyler. It's beautiful. Yeah,
I did. So this is part of the second half, and we were really pushing hard. And I think at halftime, we really reset ourselves in terms of we wanted to get more in the attack and push those lines and switch the point of attack. So when Mia played that ball, we've been working on that. So I just took it, and fortunately, it obviously went in, but I know I had my teammates right there. If it didn't go in, they were going to, put it in the back of the net. So it was a great team, goal and setup. So yeah, definitely really exciting.
And then here's why they say you're all about the no sleeves. What's this move? What's this cellie? How did you develop this? Why does your instinct go to show this display when you do something amazing out there on the pitch like this?
So obviously flexing my no sleeves, my arms, my muscles is it's very much.
Oh yeah, you're jacked. You're jacked up. Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
it's definitely my go-to. It's funny because a teammate, Riley Parker, asked me earlier this week, where was it born from? Like, where did no sleeves come from? And I was like, jokingly said, I was born with it. And I actually don't think I'm joking at all. I come from a very sporty family, very athletic family. And my mom, she was my first soccer coach. So honestly, I was born with it. She's instilled that confidence in me from a very young age. Both my parents have, and my brothers as well. So it definitely grew from a very young age. We were always competing with my brothers in pull-up contest. That's obviously why I've got the arms. I like to flex them a little bit. Yeah. So anytime I score a goal, that's kind of my go-to celebration, and just bringing that energy, and the fans really get behind that. And my teammates, even in the DC game, were all behind me after I was getting interviewed, and they're all flexing. So it was really great to have the team, everybody really support me. And I think that's something I will say is very special about this team and joining this team. And I think it's really unique having teammates and fans and the community really get behind you and support you no matter what. So that's been something really special, just in terms of how everybody's on this team hyping each other up no matter what. It could be the smallest touch in a practice or a game, a great shot, a great save, a great goal or assist, but like every single teammate in practice and game is like cheering for each other and wants to see each other succeed. And I think that's probably the best part of being part of this team.
Yeah, I can hear the authenticity in that statement behind. I can see it written all over your face as you say it, and that's very cool. And we've talked to Coach Poole on the show a couple of times, and that's something he said he always wanted to instill in the club from building it from the ground up and starting at square one. I know you kind of been all over. You went to Princeton, right? I believe. I don't know exactly where you grew up. You can inform me. Then you played in Portland and then Los Angeles before coming to Carolina. So you've lived and played all over this. And you talked about your family. Tell me more about your family roots and how that sort of sustains you with all this travel you've had in your career and living all over the place as a young lady.
Yeah, it's actually interesting you say that. Last week, every week, Coach Poole has a player or staff member do a presentation about themselves. So obviously, since I've been here only a month and a half, 2 months, it was my time to do a presentation, and it was really just about me and where I've come from. So obviously, I was born in Washington, D.C., grew up in the Maryland area, played for Bethesda Soccer Club from 6 to 18. Very fortunate to have the same club coach from that age. Obviously, like I said, my mom was my first coach, so she introduced me. She was a soccer and lacrosse player.
Shout out to the moms. Shout out to the moms always.
I will honestly, she's my hero, and I said this in my presentation. She knows this very well. She obviously, yes, introduced me to my first love of the game, soccer, but she's always just been such a rock star. Like, she can do it all. She's the most selfless woman I know. And is always just high energy, loves it, and is always just so supportive. And as well as my dad, he's obviously incredibly athletic and always supportive.
Shout out to the dads. Yeah,
he's come to every single game he possibly can. He'll be like the loudest one there. I know Dan, our owner, is very loud and he's cheering the whole time. My dad is also like that, but you just love it. And then obviously have 2 brothers. So an older brother, Hunter, who's a professional triathlete and lawyer and business owner, as well as my younger brother, Morgan, who is also a business owner. He created a company called Soccer Impact. So he helps young athletes in the soccer world in Maryland train and develop. I think in terms of us growing up together, we always trained together and we had our fierce battles as young kids. But obviously he's just helped me develop so much, and being able to train with his teams when I was younger really developed my game. So very, very sporty, family friendly oriented. Just love my family, love where I grew up. And then obviously after club soccer, went to Princeton University, from a very young age. Like I said, my parents instilled obviously sports and being outside. Kind of our motto was 3 sports a day is the Lussi way. We lived it. We were always
I love
outside.
A family motto. You got to have a family motto, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Anytime we had family or friends come over, I mean, you were going to be going swimming in the morning, then you're going to go water skiing, and then you're going to go play soccer or go for a run or have a pull-up contest or go play tennis. So we were always outside, always athletic. But I think also my parents really instilled education from a very young age. And obviously that took me to Princeton University, spent my 4 years there, had a great, wonderful time. At times it was challenging and had its moments, but I think it really instilled a lot in me to, after I graduated, obviously make the world a better place. In my community, in the surrounding area, wherever I go, is try to always get involved and support people around me. So obviously I had a great, 4 years there. And then, I obviously got drafted to the Portland Thorns in 2017. And that was at the time in January of 2017. And I was still in my final semester at Princeton. And, I spent 3.5 years at that time there, and I still had to write a thesis to finish. I had classes. So I actually told Portland, hey, I'm going to come in June. Is that okay? And they were kind of like, wait, what? We just drafted you and, want to invest in you. And I'm like, thank you so much. I really appreciate this and want this. And it's obviously my dream since I was a little girl. I've always wanted to be a professional soccer player. I also want to finish my education. That's very important to me.
You're so close to the end. You might as well finish, at that point.
No, exactly. And they were really understanding. And I think something that was a really proud moment for me is obviously finishing and getting my degree. And then, yeah, as literally as soon as I graduated, within a week, I flew out to Portland. And then, yeah, started my pro soccer journey there. Had a wonderful 5 years there. Obviously, I think within your journey, you have, different moments of, have you made it? Is this your mark of making it? Obviously, signing my first pro contract was, and then different moments throughout my time there, different big goals and everything, and moments that were really special in winning a championship, and obviously different tournaments we've won. And then that took me to Angel City. So obviously this opportunity presented itself, and it was a new team, and obviously majority owned and invested by women. So I was very intrigued, and I was like, this is what I want to do. So went there for a year, and typically within my soccer journey, I've always been like an attacking forward. And there was a moment, 3 games in, we had a lot of defensive injuries, and the coach pulled me aside and she's like, you're going to play left outside back. And I'm like, okay. I'm not one to steer away from a challenge, but what? I kind of was like, oh, okay, so this is what's happening right now. And we were actually flying to Washington, D.C. to play the Spirit at the time. And I was like, wait, I have, 25 family and friends coming. Like everybody comes to that game because they're all in that area. And I remember I had 3.5 days to prepare to play left outside back. And I was going to obviously play up against Trinity Rodman. So it was like, I really need to, get myself ready to go. Like I said, I'm not going to back down from a challenge. I'm someone who's very intense.
Well, at least all your family and friends will be there to watch you fall flat on your face.
They were. And yeah, I remember calling my younger brother, Morgan, who obviously, knows soccer very well. He's played a lot of different positions. He played at Loyola University in Maryland. So like he knows soccer and all the tendencies and tactics. I was like, how do you play left back? Like, just give me the basics. So he was really good about that. Obviously, other teammates who play that position were able to give me some, some strategy and everything. But I was like, don't overwhelm me. I just need the basics. Yeah. So it actually very much keep it simple. And I think that's really important. So then, the game happened. We won 1-0. Probably towards the end of the game, my legs kept cramping, and I was like, get me out of this game. But we ended up winning, and it was so great to see all my family and friends after the game. So huge support. And then during that time after 2022, I actually got traded unexpectedly to the North Carolina Courage. Spent 3 years there. And
they're like, we need an actual defender in this spot. Unfortunately, yeah. Sorry, Tyler. Yeah.
Yep. So I got traded, and they were saying, "Oh, we're going to play you back up top." I was like, "Thank you, I appreciate that. That's where I want to be." But at the same time, I'm someone who's always gonna, whether it's starting a game, coming off the bench, or not playing at all, I'm always gonna try to make an impact no matter what position I'm playing. Like, again, like I'm not gonna back down from a challenge. I can handle it. I'm gonna be ruthless with it and just go for it. So yeah, and then obviously after that time, it's, this journey has now taken me to the Carolina Ascent, and I'm just so grateful to be here and have this opportunity. So I'm really, really happy to be here, and the team has been amazing so far.
Yeah. Well, a lot there. Thank you for taking us through your whole story. I'm absolutely shocked that a middle child, only girl between 2 brothers somehow was competitive enough to make the Ivy League and become a professional athlete. That absolutely just like blows me away. No, maybe the first time that's ever happened. But I love your journey. I'm interested. I got a lot of questions off that. First, the most pressing is, you said you want to make the world a better place. What are you doing to make the world a better place since you graduated, besides playing some great soccer and entertaining people,
Yes. I think that was really instilled in me, obviously, like I said, from my parents and the people I surrounded myself with and the mentors I had from a very young age. I know I wouldn't be where I am today without my parents, without my brothers, without my family, without those mentors. And something that my older brother and I started, Hunter, after college was we started a company called the National College Recruiting Center. So we help and mentor young scholar athletes and their parents or guardians in the recruiting process to go to college, but also within their sport. Obviously, I've mentored soccer players. That's kind of where it comes from, but as well as like my brother being a professional triathlete, he's mentored young swimmers. We mentor baseball players, runners, you name it. We've mentored those young scholar athletes because at the time when I was younger and my older brother went through the recruiting process, my parents didn't really know what to expect, how to go through the process, what to do. So we obviously had those mentors around us. So with this company, it's been really impactful to see such young athletes not only strive in their sport and help them develop in that, but also just be there in terms of what they need in terms of on the education side, how to get better every single day, just that 1%, what you can do, not only in that, but also in your healthy habits, eating lifestyle and everything. And I think when that starts from a young age and parents are obviously involved, because I had that, I think it's a joint group, it's a team effort, and that's what you need. Like, you're never in life gonna do it on your own. You're always gonna have those people surrounding you to help you get better every single day and remind you of you can always do more, and you're always gonna have that support. So continuing this, obviously this company has been really wonderful and something that's obviously impactful in young athletes' lives and their parents, but also really in my life. And I feel very fortunate to continue to do that.
That's badass. I love it. You mentioned going home to face Washington Spirit in your NWSL days, and I'm glad that did turn out successfully, despite kind of being thrown to the wolves at left back. By the way, he's in town. If you ever hang out with the guys from Charlotte FC, Brant Bronico, famously, back when we had a previous manager who was not as good as the current manager, let's just say. Brant Bronico, an attacking midfielder, got thrown and was just forced to play left back randomly one game, and did not go as well as it seems to have gone for you in that situation. So I'm very proud of you. But going home against DC Power just a couple weeks ago was pretty nice for you as well. We saw the rocket from your foot earlier. How about a header goal in the air as you come out here, find some space, and then just go attack it and go get it?
And they find the breakthrough.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, this is a great team effort and play. Even before this play started, Shea Groom won the ball, drove forward, made a perfect pass, slip ball through to Audrey, who crossed this. And she just is so good, taking players one-on-one, beating
There's
them.
That through ball.
Yep.
Yeah.
She takes them on, beats them 1v1, plays a perfect chip ball into the box, just time my run. And I think what's important in this play is Ava Cook, who you interviewed. She makes the first post run. She drags that defender with her. So that creates space for me to run into that gap. And Audrey plays a perfect chip ball right in the box and just, get my head on it, place it in. But it was a great team goal and just the impact that this team has. And no matter what, like, our bench is very deep. So anybody can come in and make an impact. And that's what Audrey did. So it was a great team goal and win.
Yeah, you mentioned the team togetherness, and that shows in that celebration right there. I do love you got some ability to break the game down. Just as an analyst, as you're watching these highlights, the through ball that we saw was great, and then you mentioned this beating the defender 1-1. I just love how slick this dribble is right here. How she just casually step over dribble, gets herself into plenty of space, and then left foot cross. It's beautiful.
Yep.
Like I said, the celebration was great to see. You didn't go with the no sleeves on that one. Were you just so excited? Were you just like, I can't believe, is a header goal different than a regular goal that you can't do the no sleeves? What's the situation there?
I actually did. So obviously I went to Audrey and hugged her first. But then after this, I did roll up my sleeves and flex a little bit. So
okay. And you mentioned in the post-game interview, all your teammates were doing it behind you. So I should have clipped that off so I could show it. Everybody go find that on all the USL Super League social channels and Carolina Ascent social channels. All the communications team over there is doing a great job. We shout them out as well. I want to talk just a little bit about this stretch run here because we looked at it earlier and we can look at it again. It is 7 matches left for Carolina Ascent. Everybody has a slightly different number of games played here up at the top, but you guys are pushing hopefully maybe to host a home playoff match here. When we spoke with Philip and Ava, it was just barely hanging above the playoff line. But the recent results maybe have you guys looking a little further. I know it's one game at a time for a professional athlete. I know you're going to tell me that. I know all you care about is beating Fort Lauderdale on Saturday at 7, which we hope everyone's going to go see. But it does have to feel at least a little bit good in your quiet moments when you're by yourself, and no one's watching, and you can admit to yourself that, hey, we're doing pretty good lately. Come on.
Oh, it's yeah, I absolutely agree. It's been really grateful and wonderful to be a part of this team, and the culture is honestly amazing. Everybody's really bought in, and obviously to have a win streak and to continue that, obviously on Saturday is our main focus. And I think the preparation is really key. And obviously we were focused on the tactics and what we can do. But at the end of the day, it's a game of soccer. You know, from the first whistle, you got to come out, play hard, and obviously we want to win and get the 3 points always. But I always say it's whistle to whistle. You got to start the game, you know, hard and tough and get stuck in and battle it out. But you have to play the game out to the end of the final, you know, whistle. And that's what we're really focused on. And, you know, I think Coach Phillip is really focused on every single play, every single game, just one at a time. So it's been great to have that support and that focus. And everybody's very intentional and detail oriented, which we love. And like I said, at the end of the day, it's a game of soccer. Like, go out there, battle, have fun, enjoy it. But we know what we need to do. So it'll be an exciting game.
Excellent. It's great to talk to you, Tyler. Thank you so much for your time today. Thanks for helping break down some of the goals and your joy in this and your joy of being part of this team. Like you mentioned, you've only been here a month since you came over from NC Courage in February. New league, new team, better. You upgraded your Carolina city. I'm all for all the Carolinas, but I do pick and choose within the Carolinas as well. Massive upgrade from the Raleigh Triangle area over here to Charlotte, the capital city, the borderland, as we call it here. And hopefully you are making the most of that as well. And we can't wait to see you guys in action on Saturday night. Hopefully it's a 5th win in a row and continue moving up that table.